The rain arrived without warning. Not gentle, not patient. It slammed against the house like fists on a locked door. Thunder rolled low and heavy, shaking the windows. The lights flickered once, then twice. I stood in the living room, listening to the roof creak above me. The air smelled of wet wood and dust. Outside, trees bent like they were bowing to something unseen. This storm felt different. Too close, too loud, too aware. Water began to seep under the back door. Cold, thin, creeping across the floor like it had a purpose. I told myself it was normal. Just rain, just bad weather. The wind screamed down the chimney. The walls groaned in response. Every sound felt amplified, as if the house was listening to itself. Then I heard it, a dull thud, from below. The basement. I froze. My breath caught in my throat. The basement door sat at the end of the hallway. Dark, still, silent. Another thud followed, heavier this time. The floor vibrated beneath my feet. I could feel it through my bones. My heart began to pound. Slow, hard, unforgiving. I stepped closer to the hallway. The air grew colder with each step. The smell changed. Damp earth, old metal, something rotten. Lightning flashed through the windows. For a split second, the hallway lit up. I saw scratches on the basement door. Deep, uneven, fresh. My stomach tightened. Rain hammered harder now. Thunder crashed directly overhead. The house shuddered. Then the sound came again. Not a thud, a scrape. Slow, deliberate, like something heavy dragging itself across concrete. I pressed my ear closer. I could hear breathing. Low, wet, not human. The basement door handle trembled. Just slightly, as if testing its weight. I stepped back. My foot brushed against a puddle on the floor. Ice cold. I tasted metal in my mouth. The lights went out. Complete darkness. The storm roared outside, louder than ever. In the blackness, the sound below grew clearer. Closer, closer still. Wood creaked. Metal groaned. The door rattled violently now. My pulse screamed in my ears. I reached for the wall, searching for balance. My fingers touched something wet. Not rain. Thicker, warmer. The basement door slammed open with a violent crack. A wave of freezing air rushed past me. The smell hit first. Decay, mold, something ancient and wrong. From the darkness below, a shape shifted. I heard a whisper rise through the storm. Not loud, not clear, but close enough to feel against my skin. The whisper slid through the hallway like smoke. It wrapped around my ears. Not a voice, a breath shaped into sound. My legs refused to move. The basement stairs creaked as weight settled on the first step. Slow, careful, intentional. Lightning flashed again. For a heartbeat, the darkness peeled away. I saw the stairs. Wet, stained. The shape clung to the shadows like it belonged there. Not fully formed, not fully empty. My skin prickled as if insects crawled beneath it. The storm screamed outside, but the sound felt far away now. Everything narrowed to the open basement door. To the cold rising from below. Another step groaned. Then another. Each one closer. Each one heavier. The smell thickened in the air. Rot mixed with rust. And something sweeter. Something that made my stomach twist. My throat burned. Breathing became difficult. The walls felt closer than before. The hallway seemed to stretch, then shrink. As if the house itself had begun to breathe. Water dripped from the ceiling. Drop, drop, drop. Each sound landed inside my skull. The shape shifted again. I saw movement where eyes should have been. Not light, not reflection. Absence. Pure and endless. A hand reached the top step. Too long, too thin. Its fingers bent at the wrong angles. The wood beneath them darkened instantly. Like it was absorbing life. My chest tightened. I wanted to scream. No sound escaped. The whisper returned. Closer now. It brushed my cheek. The words carried weight but no language. Meaning without sound. A demand. The storm outside cracked open the sky. Thunder struck with such force that the house lurched. Pictures fell from the walls. Glass shattered somewhere behind me. Still, the thing kept climbing. Patient. Unrushed. As if it knew time belonged to it. My feet finally moved. I stumbled backward, knocking into a chair. The chair toppled with a loud crash. The sound echoed too long. The shape paused, its head tilted, listening. I pressed myself against the wall. The paint felt slick under my palms. Peeling, warm. The hallway light flickered back to life. Weak, flickering like a dying pulse. Under its glow, the shape became clearer. And worse. Its surface rippled like wet cloth pulled over bone. No face, only impressions, as if faces had pressed into it once and never fully left. The air vibrated, my teeth chattered. The thing reached the top of the stairs. The basement door creaked wider. Its hinges screamed in protest. The whisper grew louder. Not words. Memory. Fear pressed straight into my thoughts. Images flooded my mind. The basement years ago. Boxes stacked high. A locked trunk. A smell I ignored. A sound I pretended not to hear. The storm intensified outside. Rain battered the walls. Wind howled through cracks I never noticed before. The house groaned under the pressure. The shape lifted its head. I felt its attention lock onto me. My vision blurred at the edges. My heartbeat thumped painfully. Each beat echoed in the hallway. The floor beneath my feet felt soft. Unstable. As if the house was sinking. The thing stepped forward. Its foot touched the hallway carpet. The fibers blackened instantly. A cold shot up my legs. Numbness followed. The whisper turned into a vibration. My ears rang. My thoughts fractured. The shape raised its arm. The air around it warped. I could see the hallway bend inward. Like reality was folding. A sudden crash erupted from the basement. Metal striking concrete. The sound jolted the thing. It turned slightly, just enough for me to run. I stumbled toward the living room. My shoulder slammed into the doorframe. Pain exploded through my arm. I barely felt it. The storm swallowed my footsteps. Behind me, the hallway darkened again. The whisper stretched, angry now. The floorboards groaned as weight followed. Heavy, relentless. The windows rattled violently. One shattered outward, rain and wind bursting inside. Cold air sliced across my skin. Lightning lit the room in blinding white. For a fraction of a second, I saw it behind me. Standing where the hallway met the living room. Too tall to belong indoors. Its shape brushing the ceiling. Its presence crushing the space around it. The lights went out again. Complete darkness returned. The storm roared like an animal unleashed. I could hear it breathing now. Right behind me. Warm, wet, waiting. I ran blindly through the living room. Every step splashed in the cold water spreading across the floor. My hands groped along walls, furniture, anything to keep upright. The whisper followed me, relentless, surrounding me from every direction. Then, suddenly, the basement door slammed shut behind me. Violently. The sound echoed and then, silence. The storm raged outside, but inside the house, everything froze. I pressed my back against the wall, shaking, gasping for air. The darkness lingered, but the presence had gone. I did not move for what felt like hours. Lightning flashed one last time, illuminating the hallway. The basement door was closed. No scratches, no handprints, just ordinary wooden hinges. I approached cautiously. The door did not budge. I peered inside. The basement was empty. No shadow, no shape, only water seeping across the concrete floor. A chill ran down my spine. Had it ever been there? I do not know. I only know the sound of that whisper still echoes in my ears. Even now, when the storm hits, I feel it. The house listens, and somewhere below, something waits. Silent, patient, and ready.